What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Mayflower April showers. There we go. Bring May flowers. This time with episode 9. Really good episode last week. Ueno's birthday, of course, which didn't go exceedingly well for the first 3 quarters, but lovely, lovely end to the episode, as we have been having these past few weeks. So we've got a bit of a festival here. Didn't quite catch who that was next to him, but I guess we'll see in a minute. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. But as I say every week, I'm quite surprised how much I'm enjoying this show. It's one of those things where it might sound weird, but if this had like a few tweaks, it might be a show that I'd hate. But because it does quite well in just like having that like lovely feeling towards their relationship, and I'm like rooting big time for the characters, it's like, if that wasn't the case, I probably wouldn't like the show very much. But I don't know, there's just something quite charming about it. I think everybody has some of those maybe like lower rated or lower kind of scored shows that they personally really like, and this is one of those for me for sure. Can't really think of too many other examples. Usually my opinion on anime is usually along the same lines as the general public. It's more so the exceptions come with the better rated stuff, to be honest with you, like Blue Box or Solo Leveling, Spy Family, stuff like that, which are like really popular and highly rated, which I'm not a massive fan of. Not really too much the other way around, where there's stuff that's really low rated that I really like. Can't think of many off the top of my head anyway. Literally and figuratively. That was a lovely scene a couple episodes ago, wasn't it? With the sparklers. Yeah, I just got to say that it really makes you root for the characters in a not annoying way. Like, you're rooting for them, and there's like nothing, like, they're not so like, for example, when a character's like awkwardly kind of shy and introverted, sometimes they go way overboard, making them to the nth, like the extremist they possibly can, and it's always a bit like you want to root for them, but it's just so outlandish. Whereas with this, it's just like, you've made me root for the characters, and you're maybe not annoyed that I'm rooting for like a caricature. I think I'm wrong. There's some like caricatures and cliches here, but again, they do it in a good way, not in an annoying, over the top kind of way. Oh, have you not been alone with her a few times? He's gonna bring his brother. Good advice. Honestly, it's not much different just bringing a younger brother. Like, it doesn't totally change the dynamic. I think it'd be quite cute actually. Why is the water yellow? Oh, lovely. That's one of my favourite kind of, if you call it like a cliche, a trope. I think it's just like a tradition, but I love it, like in like the Persona games and in anime, where it's comes to that time of year where the festivals come by and you see the people in their yukatas, and it's like a big special thing. I think that's a really lovely tradition, and always like a big moment. It always feels like a big moment. And yeah, she looks lovely, doesn't she? I only heard the other day. Apparently, if you wear your kimono the other way round, it signifies that you're dead or something. They do it the other way around for dead people. Oh, photos. A photo coin coupon seems like the biggest piece of scam ever. It only lasts till today as well. She's just expecting him to go in by himself. Oh wow, that didn't end up too well, did it? Maybe if they met in the middle when they were looking at each other, that would have been a really cute photo. See now. Oh, yeah, looks like those two are progressing. Yeah, probably not the best idea, just in case. Not in case you guys don't want to be seen, in case they don't want to be kind of. I mean, why would they cut out to a festival like this if they don't want to be seen? To be fair, but sometimes you get a bit embarrassed and stuff like that. Mizu. I can't ever say I've had shaved ice, to be honest with you. I'd like slushies and oh dear. I like slushies and stuff. Oh, isn't that adorable? So yeah, like this is the thing. Like it's gonna be a very unpopular opinion considering the ratings and the popularity between the two anime, but these moments like this just feel a lot like seeing that smile and that face just feels a lot more powerful to me than another big show that's there in the season, The Fragrant Flower Blossoms with Dignity, where it does this similar thing of like showing a lovely shot of the main female lead smiling, but it just feels a bit more earned here because we've seen more of the struggles and more of the character development of Tabata, and these payoffs like this really do feel like do warm your heart and do make you feel warm inside, as opposed to it just feels like, I wouldn't say soulless, but it does feel a lot less. It lacks a lot of the power. As beautiful as the shots are kind of drawn and such, it like evidently this the better production slightly with Fragrant Flower, so it looks better, and the girl might be cuter to people, but I don't know. There's just something a bit more powerful about that shot in comparison for me. Got a road offer. Who's this? Is that Ryu Takahashi? Well, that girl didn't sound too enthused to be talking to Tabata, did she? I don't think that is Ryu Takahashi. Kind of sounded like her for a minute though. Oi, oi, oi. These were your friends? I mean, he was younger, I guess, but oi. Can't say that about someone, especially not Tabata. Damn. Oh, let's go. So he was friends with these guys. I mean, again, that girl didn't sound awfully happy to meet Tabata, which was kind of rude in itself. Greeting, from what I can tell anyway. I'm not any expert on like Japanese greetings, but I don't know if I don't know if it's like paranoia, but I don't think I've personally kind of experienced this, but I've definitely felt like experiencing this where you like you may be friends with a girl or something, and then you think there might be a chance or something, but again, I don't think I've outwardly heard stuff like this, but there's like signs of like things similar to this where it's like, oh yeah, they were just being nice. They wouldn't ever even actually even consider dating me, and I think actually hearing it would be a lot more powerful and would really hurt. But just like again, I've definitely experienced something similar with like signs. Again, not outwardly hearing, but it's still kind of hurt just kind of realizing that. And it's just like all that kind of time and the friendliness I kind of gave you, which should be like the argument to that is you should be nice and stuff to everyone. I like to think I am, but I think there isn't a special kind of effort you put into people you do like, so that is just like for naught, and that does hurt. This is just like horrible. Like, could these guys have had it any worse at introduction? Fucking calling out his girl like that, man. I've never been in that situation, but I would. Yeah, I usually am. Again, I relate to a bit like Tabata. I'm a bit more kind of calm, relaxed, introverted, and such. But if something like this does happen, I've got no issue doing something about this because fucking hell, that I wouldn't stand to hear that about my girlfriend. Like no fucking chance. As I said, I'm introverted, but I definitely have yeah let loose on randos a few times. I think it's because I see my old self in the people I usually do get pissed off at with stuff like that. For real. How can you say that about this girl? She looks so pretty today. She looks nice all the time. I said right at the start of the show she's not ugly at all. But like on a day like today, when she put so much effort in and had such a lovely time, it's a festival for God's sake. You're treating people like that. I think that's one thing I like despise more than anything. But it might not be logical. It might not be the worst thing to ever happen. But people that just don't care how other people's feelings are, especially like strangers and such. And if you're so prepared to hurt someone's pride or feelings or self consciousness, there's just something really egregious about that to me. And like I said, I'm usually quite laid back, relaxed, and calm, and don't get angry or anything. But stuff like that really does set me off. Let's not let that ruin this beautiful scene now. I also love the fact it does feel like it's been amping up this show. It does feel like it has like it's not just like stagnant, which happens to a lot of romance shows. It very much has been kind of amping up the cuteness and relationship this whole time. And this point is certainly a peak that we've reached, isn't it? Is that the boys from her class? It is. From her old class. Don't tell me he started liking her now. Or do you reckon he's just like gonna be spreading rumours or something? But yeah, that was a lovely little scene there, wasn't it? Like that a lot. Again, kind of a bit annoying because wow, we're only halfway through the episode. Um, it's a bit annoying just because, as I said, we had to deal with this horrible situation here, which just like brought down the mood a lot, but brought it back up again right there at the end. Shame that happened though. Like I said, I just feel really passionate about stuff like that. Maybe I shouldn't. There's worse things that people do to other people and stuff, but that's just something I really value. As yeah, like I probably wouldn't speak up too much on things like if there were issues in like a group setting, for example. But if something like that happened, then yeah, I certainly would feel the need to do or say something. But well handled, to be honest with Ueno. Just kind of leaving. Probably the best thing he could have done. Kept a cooler head than I might have. Just ran off with her. Probably the best option there. Other than that was a lovely time though, wasn't it? Been on a diet, has he? How could you tell he looks exactly the same? But that is what us guys usually go to. Something bad happens, got to make yourself better. Got to work out. Got to. Oh, I guess not. But yes, you see like people like something majorly bad happens in like a dude's life. They just you see him like 6 months later. They're like looking huge, going to the gym and stuff. Just how us guys kind of deal with things all the time. Obviously not in this case, but. So that's why we saw her. I was wondering, like, what was the significance of showing this girl, this random girl? So she was friends with him and him. So she's been abroad for 2 years? Very tan, isn't she? So of course, after the peak we reached there, there'd be yeah. After the peak we reach right there, there's this new potential issue. You've got that cute tooth thing as well, which I usually like the characters that have that. She might be someone you're very familiar with. Mm. This isn't good, is it? Because if you deny them, it kind of feels a bit painful to be like, oh. I mean, you know, you're not his girlfriend, but it still probably feels a bit painful because you're not really getting denied, but that possibility kind of seemingly getting denied, I think in your mind is different than actually the actual situation is. Like I said, they're not actually boyfriend and girlfriend, but I think how your mind works, hearing that they say that you're not, is actually like that still affects you as much as it shouldn't. Yeah, I think your brain's not logical like that. So yeah, I don't see this situation doing us many favors. Although it's good because it might deter a few potential interests. Girl's very amped up all the time, isn't she? Looks like she's about to start flying, her arms out like that. Saya. Yeah, she sure is, isn't she? That is another thing. And the thing with me being like introverted, I get along really well with extroverted people. I think that's because I think generally introverts are better listeners. So on like a smaller group basis, it's a get along with them really well. It's a bit harder to in like big groups and stuff, but yeah, some of my best friendships and people I get along with the most when I at work and stuff are mostly extroverts. It must be a bit annoying for them because maybe they want you to go out a bit more than you want to, and they might think something other than what it actually is with stuff like that. Gotta say, this episode sure has been very fast paced, hasn't it? Like a lot going on. You'd expect with that first half, a whole episode would be focused on that first half. It's almost a bit of a shame. Like it doesn't really make a difference, but it's almost a bit of a shame it's formatted this way. I almost feel like that first half should have been the end of this episode. Like that should have been the end to an episode. I think that would have been a lovely ending. But probably just how like the manga's formatted and the chapters and stuff. It just lined up that it would be scheduled like this. Yeah, yeah, she does. Although not the greatest thing to be saying about you. your your girlfriend looks like a child. I would certainly feel a little bit don't know what the word is. Angry, aggravated, hearing people say that about me. What do you think I'm a nonce? But to be fair, she kind of does. An older looking one. Well, that's you don't want to be spreading that. That's some rumours that'll ruin your life. You know. Yeah, this is not good. Please don't tell me who this boy is. This boy's smart enough to not answer this, though. I think, isn't he? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not that emotionally developed quite yet. Oh dear. I mean, come on, bro. The signs were there for him to not answer that. He's definitely like onto them. But again, maybe he just doesn't know how things work. I wonder what Ugusudai is thinking right now. Or whatever her fucking name is. Ugo Sudani, something like that. Easy. What about like what happened there? Did she just gaslight these guys? What about her design here? I mean, other than the fact that she's tanned, is that what they think? Because she's tanned, she's easy. But those kind of Gyaru kind of stuff. I mean, it doesn't make you easy, does it? I think. You know, so that's one of those things girls have to deal with. That's the thing. As a guy, you never actually get that. Like, if that is said about you, that's not like you don't care. I think that's a lot worse thing to be told to a girl, isn't it? So, would she say that? Why did she say this? So he doesn't have a girlfriend because. Oh, okay. So she just like chose to just like go with what Tabitha was saying there. Okay. Empathize with her, I guess. And she did get a good look. So also, like, she did get a good look at Ueno and Tabitha, right? So she knew before all this. I'm assuming. I mean, I had a feeling she did anyway, but yeah, she knew that was Tabitha, and she went along with these guys to waste time, I guess. What does she mean by that? She's the one who Ueno likes. Who is she? Who's this she? Maybe she's trying to gaslight them, saying that he was with another girl there or something. I don't really get that subtitle. So if any of you guys can help, I appreciate that. I feel like there's like a line missing there. I don't know that one. Hannah Chin. Yeah, she is. I was quite scared initially. She kind of came in like she'd be another romantic interest, and she might very well be. But I wasn't expecting her to be this nice. She's a very nice girl, actually, isn't she? And as I said there, she seems to kind of relate and be on board with Tabitha, which is not doesn't happen often in this show. So that's really nice. A good girlfriend for Tabitha would be really appreciated, I think. I'm still intrigued as to what the point of that old friend from not friend exactly, but that old guy from Tabitha's old school, why he kind of came across Ueno and Tabitha there, and like what's the significance that's gonna bring. Again, if you telling me that he ends up like liking her in the future here, like that must feel like when those ugly people at high school and such like blossom into like a really good looking person in adult life, and then they have someone from that same school who used to take the piss out of them approach them. Probably feels something similar to that, I'd assume. I had a bit of a similar experience, but mine wasn't from high school to adulthood. Mine was from high school to high school. I had a mustache when I was in like year 7, and nobody else did. I think it's quite common now for younger generations seemingly having like beards and mustaches, but that was quite uncommon. So I wasn't ever very popular with the women or anyone really. I wasn't like a popular guy or anything. But then I shaved it off and started to take care of myself a little bit more, and then it all just kind of did get a bit more popular and stuff. And I'm glad I did, but I also kind of assumed me that stuff, like I was very again, I was a very different person back then. I think that made me a worse person, that happening, to be honest with you. But I'm glad that did happen then, because that could have happened later. And yeah, so again, I guess I experienced that, but it wasn't like a great experience. Like it probably felt good at the time, but yeah, looking back, it was just like, oh, all these friends and this popularity was an actual friendship or anything like that. It was just, hmm. But she looked kind of cute with the apple stuff around her mouth earlier, so I was kind of thinking it looked a little bit like lipstick during the festival. What is she going to look like here? Yeah, I was going to say, she's looking like she's getting increasingly worried. She's going to drop it on the dirty fool. Put that in your face again. Oh my god. No, that does not look good. That does not look great. I mean, it looks like it could be good. It doesn't look good, but it's like it's not far away from looking good. It's like I don't really know. I'm not obviously I don't use makeup or anything, but there's just I can't really put my finger on it. But like I feel like if we tweak something slightly, it could look absolutely amazing. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it is the lipstick. I think the lipstick looks fine. That's the thing; it all looks fine when you look at it individually, but something about it cumulatively doesn't. Like she looks cuter normally, but like I said, I feel like if there was something, maybe it's the glasses. I don't know. I was going to say before she even started that the glasses kind of. Some people look really good without glasses. I think a lot of people actually look better with glasses, and I think that might be the case for Tabitha. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the hair. I don't know. There's something here that doesn't look quite as good as usual, but yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, interesting format today's episode. As I said, I mean, obviously in the kind of timeline of things, you can't just switch the halves of the episode. But the first half definitely felt like it should have been like an end of episode type of thing. Again, not a big deal whatsoever, but it was just like it felt like a lot was going on today, having something that awesome and big happening in that first half, and then going on to this whole situation of the aftermath of it. I think it could have been formatted slightly better in that way. Maybe it's one of those cases where you actually do want some kind of anime original material added in to maybe lengthen some of the previous episodes so that we could have ended off with that. But that's just a slight nitpick. They are adapting from the manga and hopefully accurately as well, so I've got no issues if they are doing that. But I just feel like it would have felt a bit better because there's some really lovely moments here. Some of the highlights of the whole series, I think, during this festival. Even really kind of related in like this portion where Abda did kind of get attacked here by these guys. Especially this dude was chatting absolute nonsense. That's another thing I absolutely hate on the point of like the feeling stuff. I absolutely hate hearing people, especially if they're trying to talk to me about it, when people try and bitch about other people, especially if they like pretend to be friends and pretend to be like on good terms. I hate hearing people talk about other people like that. And that's something I just won't interact with. To be honest with you, if you come up to me and say something like that, I'll usually just ignore you. So I'll probably seem pretty rude, but I do not stand for that kind of stuff either. So yeah, that whole situation majorly aggravated me, aggravated Ueno as well, and I think he chose the right decision here, just running off with Tabitha and having this lovely moment. But as I did mention, I do wonder what the significance of this guy coming in and kind of, I won't say stole the scene, but to end that lovely scene off with the look of this guy, there must be something significant coming up with him. And yeah, nice second half meeting this new Saya character, I believe her name is. She's really nice. Be nice to have an actual real friend. I mean, Ugo Sudani, she is. I would consider her like a friend, but she's not like a best friend. And she is really Tabitha's enemy, but she is kind of nice to her as well. So I would consider her like a small friend, I'll say. Whereas I think this Saya girl can actually be quite a really good friend to Tabitha, so very much looking forward to seeing more of her. Although there is the case of, because she is so nice and like she is genuinely so nice, maybe she is actually another love interest for Ueno. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you next week with episode 10.